The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show's host, guests, and viewers. We are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of any sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by the On the Spot with David Rodgers team in the hope that it will be entertaining and informative to our viewers and listening audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's 7 o'clock and time for On the Spot with David Rodgers. And now, here he is, Mr. Friday Night, the show pony himself, the man, the dream, the legendary David Rodgers.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I am Mr. Friday Night himself and the show pony David Rodgers alongside Super Dave Holland, our producer tonight, and no Mr. Bagwell tonight, at least not for a second yet, and no Mr. Austin Stevens, but we've got a lot to talk about. Great to have you along. Tonight's show is sponsored by Mitchell Gunner Racing and the On the Spot Motorsports media page. Tune in on Thursday nights to hear the latest from the guru of motorsports, Mitchell Gunner himself. And by On the Spot Lawn Care. Spring is coming. Now is the time to plan for who takes care of your lawn. Let the red, white, and blue take care of your green. Call 904-966-1633. Let's get the show started as we always do with our prayer, our pledge, and our patriotic quote of the night. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, again to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I'm your host, David Rodgers, right along with Mr. Dave Holland. Got a special guest in the house tonight, and he's a familiar guest, by the way, familiar person that you will all know. And again, no Byron Bagwell as of yet, and no Mr. Austin Stevens tonight. So, everybody, let's bow our heads and let's go into prayer, please. Our righteous Heavenly Father, let us once thank again for a wonderful and glorious day you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for this time that we are about to have together with our brotherhood, the DOR, the new high priest of the Church of the Painful Truth. Thank you, Neil Bortz, for that one. Also, thank you, dear Lord, for just letting us have, again, this great day, this time to be along with you and our viewers. And just want to thank everybody and everybody that is listening tonight as we do this show. Want to thank us for letting us live in the greatest country in the world today, the United States of America, dear Lord. The richest and the most freest and powerful country in the world today. Yes, we've got our own issues and our own problems. Yes, we understand that, but with your guiding hand and your guiding touch, you can lead us through this, dear Lord. You can lead us through these troubling times. Thank you for all the armed forces, dear Lord, each and every one of those young men and women that is serving right now, whether it's abroad or whether it's here in the United States, dear Lord, that you keep a hedge of protection over each one of them and their families. Also the ones that's given the ultimate sacrifice, dear Lord, for this country, their lives, dear Lord, as again, we are the most powerful and the most freest country in the world today. And these young men and women that are out there protecting us from, like I said, international terrorism, domestic terrorism, and any other thing that's going to harm our country, dear Lord. Thank you again for the first responders that we have, dear Lord, each and every one of those men and women that are working hard each and every day in each and every town, every city, every metropolis, everywhere, dear Lord, that there is a first responder. Please keep a hedge of protection over them as they're out there doing their duty. So as we're working, dear Lord, or when we're at home at night, that we know that safety is around us because they're just a phone call away and they can be there, dear Lord, to handle whatever situation or problem that may arise. Thank you for the working class and the working people, dear Lord, of this great country, our farmers, our railroad workers, our truck drivers, everybody that's on the front line of America, dear Lord, to include those first responders, to include our military, to include the steel workers, the iron workers, everybody that makes America go, that you put a hedge of protection over them as they are doing what they need to do, dear Lord. Thank you again, like I said, for this time. Thank you again for the food that we receive that goes in nourishment and to thy service, dear Lord. Again, thank you for letting us do this show. Thank you for just being with us. And if there is any unspoken or spoken prayer requests, dear Lord, that you touch each and every one of them as well. We ask for these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. And the congregation says, amen.
Amen.
All right, let us stand. All right, let us stand as we get ready to do the pledge. And I'm going to ask Mr. Dave Holland if he'd lead us in the pledge.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you again, and welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I'm your host, David Rodgers, right along with director and producer tonight, Dave Holland. We have the missing Byron Bagwell. He, hope, will come in tonight, but we're not sure because I'm sure he is working. No Austin Stevens. Mitchell Gunner is at the city commissioners meeting, so he may or may not stop by. We will see. But again, just welcome in to another great show. I have a patriotic quote of the week, and I will read that. And you do too. Okay. So we're going to get two of them. So first, here is one. We must reject the idea that every time a law is broken, society is guilty rather than the lawbreaker. It is time to restore the American precept that each individual is accountable for his actions. That is a president, a great president in time, and he said this quote.
Could you repeat that?
Yes, I can. We must reject the idea that every time a law is broken, society is guilty rather than the lawbreaker. It is time to restore the American precept that each individual is accountable for his actions.
He was a founding father?
He was not a founding father, but he was a great, great president.
I'm going with Reagan.
You're going with Reagan. Good guess.
Ooh, that was going to be my guess. I'm going to mix it up and say Lincoln.
Boy, both of y'all great guesses. It is President Ronald Reagan.
There you go.
Nice job. All right. Here we go. Few will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of this generation. I'll reread it. That's all right. Few will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of this great generation. Wow, what a quote. And yeah, I know this person. So do you, Dave. Come from a line of great family, right?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it depends.
I would. That sounds like something that JFK would say. I'm going with Kennedy.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Kennedy also.
You all right? Do y'all want to express which one?
JFK.
You're going JFK. You too?
I think we're getting baited on this one.
Yeah, you're getting baited.
Well,
who? Hold on. Brother.
yeah.
Bobby Kennedy.
Bobby Kennedy is right. That's right, Bobby Kennedy.
Did I get his initials right?
Yeah. Well, you said JFK.
Oh.
Yeah,
Robert Kennedy.
There you go.
Yeah. Dwight Allen, good evening, brother. Hey, thank you for that, man. Yeah, I was off just a little bit there, but hey, we're good. Good evening, brothers, sisters, patriots, infidels, and miscreants. Byron Bagwell's on with us, along with 8 others. Great to have you along, guys. We've got a lot to talk about. Hey, don't go anywhere, because here comes the roundtable right after this commercial break.
Hey Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida at David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing needs. We're here to be part of Tornado Country. Go Big Red!
All right, welcome back to On the Spot with David Rodgers, and look who just appeared over here to the left of me right here. Hey, it is our very own director that took a hiatus, remember, earlier in the year, and now we're going to find out why he took that hiatus in here in just a few minutes. But first, we got to get to the news, Dave, and can you operate that for me, Dave, while Michael sits over here? So this is the roundtable as we go around the region, around the table with the latest news and notes. Hey, brought to you by, wow, look at here, Harry Business in the Deerfoot Plaza, home of the $10 haircut. Call Dave and Company at 904-964-3338. We begin in Union County, where the investigation continues into a pop-up party that happened Saturday afternoon at Lakeside Park. Hundreds of people from Gainesville who were reportedly kicked out of other locations in Gainesville and Waldo made their way to Lake Butler. When the people refused lawful orders to disperse, additional law enforcement from Bradford County and other regions were called. Hey, during the event, several fights broke out and were caught on cell phone camera and posted to social media. During that time, someone pulled a gun and fired several shots, which is also heard on the video. One person was shot and taken to the hospital in serious condition. And Mike, I do believe that person now is okay, right, is what we're hearing?
Yeah, that person was okay. I actually was one of the people sent to Union Saturday night.
Yeah.
The event was an unplanned and unfortunate happenstance with a group of people that had that were on the radar from Alachua County, but they just loaded up and crossed the county line. We weren't aware of this happening until it was knee-deep in it. The Bradford County SWAT team was activated and assisted Union County in bringing the situation under control. There's still a lot of loose ends that are being tied up on this one. Fortunately, no other injuries were reported, and this incident has helped firm up some other plans, including our 4th of July event that we'll talk about shortly.
And that's exactly right. So, when something like that happens, I'm not saying it's always a great thing, but, in this case, which I know Michael was all over this because he is the event coordinator for Splash Bash, and we'll get into that here in just a minute. But it makes you open up your eyes, too, now. Hey, what extra precautions do we need to take? That was, 1,000 people, Mike, or so?
Yes.
So what do you think would happen with 8,000, 9,000, 10,000?
Exactly.
So we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. And speaking of that, we here on the spot are very excited to be a part of the upcoming Star Splash Bash on July the 4th. Myself will be the voice of Splash Bash again this year, and I will have a team of folks helping me, like Matt Peterson, like J.D. Norman. We'll be around that stage area with a lot of other people that Michael's going to talk about that's going to be coordinating other events. There will be a charity cornhole tournament, and Mitchell Gunner, so far, and we'll get into that, and Mitchell Gunner will be putting on another fantastic car show, as he always does. The highlight of this event, aside from me being on the stage, will be the parade, which at this point has over 50 entries so far, and many more are expected.
Yes, indeed.
Mark your calendars and plan on joining me and him. And Dave won't be here because he's got some other things to do, but some of the others, and we'll talk about each and every one of those people that's going to be helping out. The show pony David Rodgers at the Splash Bash on July 4th. For more information, like and follow the Stark Splash Bash page on Facebook, which is a good-looking page. The way that he's already got it hooked up and everything, it's a good-looking page. I want to stop right here and say, Dave, real quick, to all of our viewers, if you know anybody that is interested in going to this event, we're going to promote this throughout the rest of the month until we get there. You ought to share this or call them and say, hey, we've got the event coordinator himself. Anything that you want to know about Stark Splash Bash to this point, you may want to get him on and continue to follow on the show the rest of the month, because he's going to be on the rest of the month. We're going to be pushing it hard and heavy, and this is the time to get the information that you need about this event. You don't want to miss any of these shows. Yes, there's going to be radio advertising. We get all that. But this is the time, Mike.
The good news about this is that, as is always the case, any late breaking news, you're going to hear it here first, including some breaking news tonight.
So there you go. So Dwight says, good evening, brother, to you. And Byron did as well. So, again, we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. Dave, what you got next, brother?
On the screen.
On the screen.
Yep, there
it is. Finally, it's time for the Recall Recap, featuring product recalls from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. This week we have wing sauce, juicers, and hedge trimmers. How about that?
I hate it when that happens.
There you go. You read that one.
Oh, sure. Well, Garner Food Company is voluntarily some of the Texas Pete Extra Mild Wing Sauce, which happens to contain soy. People who have an allergy or severe sensitivity to soy run the risk of serious or life-threatening allergic reactions if they consume the product. If you have any Texas Pete extra mild wing sauce, or if you have any questions, you can contact their quality assurance department at area code 336-231-6417.
Well, how about Empower Brands is recalling Power XL self-cleaning juicers because the juicers can rupture during use, striking consumers and posing a laceration hazard, or can leave small particle shavings in the juice. David, you don't want to drink that.
Nope.
Posing an ingestion hazard to consumers and customers. With questions, may contact Empower Brands toll free at 1-866-606-2441. That one.
Sure, why not? Hey, Chevron of North America is recalling the Ego Power Plus cordless hedge trimmers because the rear switch trigger can fail to rebound after being pressed, which can cause the unit to activate unexpectedly, causing a severe laceration hazard to consumers. Customers that have these items, or if you have any questions about the item itself, you can contact Chevron directly at area code 800-492-0777.
These products plus other recalls can be found on the CPSC and FDA websites. You can Google FDA recall or consumer recall to get the complete list. And we will feature recalls each week that you can pose a threat to you and your family. Here's your on-the-spot weather. I'm going to let the guy that usually doesn't do it, so you do it, brother.
Well, okay. I'm happy
This weather report brought to you by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find Austin's Weather Service on Facebook and have a detailed local forecast sent right to you.
I'm not going to lie, it's actually feeling pretty good to be back.
And then I hear you.
Hey,
I know you've been busy.
Here's
but
your
I
on-the-spot
got
weather forecast brought to you by Austin's Weather Service. Shout out to Austin Stevens for the amazing work that he does each and every week, not just for doing the weather, but also with the show. Real quick here, just to give you a heads up here, allergy forecast that Austin provided for us. Allergy numbers are low, primarily oak and grasses as we get into the season. The numbers will start to drop off a little more the more we get more rain. The drier it is, the higher the numbers are going to be. But for the most part, we're in the low to mid-range, 3.7 for today. It's going to drop off a little bit and then kind of pick up as we make our way through the weekend. It's dropping off because of the increasing chance of rain. That's where we're going to see it. So, well, it's been fairly hit and miss the last couple of days. It's going to start picking up. You can see that by Thursday, we get a 60% chance of rain, 50% on Friday. The majority of rain late afternoon Thursday, but then it starts to clear. Looking for a decent birthday week. I mean, a decent Saturday. Highs topping out around 90. Look, it's been a year. I'm ready to celebrate. Lows in the upper 60s. Again, look out for these popcorn showers that'll pop up throughout the afternoons. For the rest of this week, though, not a big deal. Tropics looking good. Arlene formed in the Gulf of Mexico, drifted south, fell apart, dumped a lot of rain in southwest Florida, Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. It is since long gone. Nothing else on the horizon for tropics. And that is your weather report brought to you by Austin's Weather Service, Dave.
Hey, I appreciate that, Mike. Feels great, doesn't it? A little bit there. I know, man. It's been a while, but
kind of enjoyed it.
Kind of enjoyed that.
There you go.
All right. So that was your weather report there by Michael Heater, provided by Austin's Weather Service.
There we go.
Dave, Thursday, well, let's back up because we have, you can leave that there. Hey, we have our guy here back, at least for this month. I need to talk to him after all this is. Let me just say something really quick about this. What he's planning, is months and months and months in the works. I can see why he wanted to take a hiatus on Tuesdays. He needed every day and every hour and every chance that he got to plan. Why? Because he's contacting people. And again, we'll just get into it. I just want to let people know that it's not that he's forgotten, and it's not that he's been busy. Yeah. And he will tell you. I want you to tell it when we get there.
We'll get there. I'll go ahead and tell you right now. Yeah, Tuesday nights are city commission meetings. This is an event that's being co-sponsored by the city. So going to these meetings that are at the same time of the show, it was not fair to sit here and go at the last minute, hey, Dave, I'm still at a commission meeting. Hey, Dave, I'm done. Hey, Dave, no, let me step away. Let me get this going. This is 8 months worth of work. And I can tell you that on July 5th, after we get cleaned up, by the 6th or the 7th of July, I'm already planning for next year. It is a very long, drawn-out process, but it is good to be back, and I appreciate you letting me have a chance to talk about the event.
Oh, absolutely. And, we're all part of the event here. On the Spot is a big part of it. So we definitely want to press this from here out, and I'm hoping you can be on every show all the way up to the event, and we may even do a special show sometime in that little weekend window there before we start setting up, just to keep reminding people. But yeah, that is why. And like I said, we'll get into that a little bit more. But he still is finding a way to do trivia on Wednesdays at the Downtown Grill. You can do it there too, Mike, if you want. But Wednesdays, he's doing it at Fun Point. Starts at 7 o'clock. He has a great crowd over there. He has a great crowd. You have some great teams over there. Some teams that can't make it Thursday night make it Wednesday night over there. Some teams just go over there. Some teams just come over to me. It's just the way it is, the way it happens. But he's still doing trivia. That is my main thing. So I know you've only missed a couple, right, during this whole time?
I've had a couple of guest hosts, because I asked Jerry, the police chief of Lottie, Jerry Felton, stepped in because I knew you were unavailable. But I got to tell you, we've changed up some. If you haven't been lately, and there's a few of you out there that haven't been lately, don't think I have. We have changed up a few things here. For example, our newest favorite, everyone's favorite category. Yeah, it was You Got to Be Kidding.
Right.
The Lost Lyric has really taken off.
Oh, I like that Lost Lyric.
I give a clue. I then read one snippet of one stanza of a song. And I just read it. I don't sing it. You do not want that. I just read it. And then they have to identify song and the artist. It is a lot of fun to see them scrambling and thinking and working out like that. We have a great time on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, Fun Point. Invite you to come out. Great food, great fun. A great place to be on Wednesday nights. And if you're tied up on Wednesday nights, whether it's church or work or something else like that one, don't feel bad, because in 24 hours you can go see him.
Thursday night at the Downtown Grill. I appreciate that, Mike. Yep, we do that every Thursday night. Starts at 7:30. We're not in the bar anymore, Mike. I know you heard about that. We're not in the bar anymore right now just because of the way the TVs are and the angles are. We're trying to work that where we can get trivia on every TV. But for now, we're in the dining room. A lot of people seem to like the dining room. Shirley and Donnie Bagwell seem to like it. There's the Rivals that seem to like it. Dave even likes it back there. It's a little more personable. Yeah. We get Trey to come in there. He handles the whole thing. Oh, yeah. And it's a lot more personal instead of trying to go around everybody in the bar. So we're deciding on whether we're going to keep it there or whether we're going to do the bar thing. I know some teams don't like it back there because they're not accessible to bar, can't see. But I assure you that Trey takes care of you, or whoever the waitress is will take care of you in that room. But anyway, we've changed a couple of things, Mike. I don't know if you heard this or if I had a chance to tell you. So now there is a points week and there's a wager week. Have you heard about this?
I want to ask you about that.
Did you want to ask me about this?
Because the people I talked to were very excited about it.
Yeah,
they like it.
So 1 week we do points. 1 week we do a wager. What you have to do on the wager is you have to wager at least 10 points. So you just can't go nil. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You have to wager at least 10 points, and you can wager up to half of your points, varying on the category. I will put it up there what that category is. Let's say it's Native Americans.
Right.
So I will read everybody's score out so everybody knows. And this is where the math and the thinking comes in. Dave was on the last one, and you could just see there was 8 teams there. You could just see them thinking, oh, they're doing their math. Well, if he wagers that. That's why it's interesting. You ought to see those people doing this, and then they'll bring me their wager, and I'll go, okay, and then write it down. And I'll be honest with you, Mike. I'm gonna be honest, and everybody out there, these aren't some of the easier questions ever. I'm telling you, You don't know what I'm going to ask about American Native Indians or American Indians. You just don't know.
True.
So that's where the wager part comes in there. You better hope I'm asking something, pretty easy, or at least you know the answer. And then you get caught because, dadgummit, I knew the answer and I didn't wager enough.
Yeah, that happens too.
So the last place team has won a couple of times, Mike, because of a wager.
Nice.
So,
that's not unlike the double dare that I pull. Although yours,
it's close.
It's pretty entertaining though. I like that.
So it's something that you may want to think about. I like the double dare thing too.
Very well. Yeah,
I like the double dare, but it was something I was like, what can we do to make this because I probably like your trivia. Let me ask something. Do most of the same people place? And I'm just saying, do most of the same teams place?
Absolutely.
Whether it's first, whether it's third, whether it's second.
We generally there's I would have anywhere from 6 to I had 11 teams.
Yeah, you could at one time. Yeah.
The top 5 teams are usually pretty consistent.
Right.
And then I will to mix it up a little bit. I'll throw in like an extra double dare or an extra thing like that. And there's been times when it's worked out fine. There's been times I have turned that place on its heel, and they were just like, right. And all of a sudden, so a team that was their second week there,
right,
had been there one came in to eat dinner, watched one time, didn't want to play, watched, came in the second time, played, came in week 3. And took first place.
Really?
Because they took it and they ran with it, and there's never a dull moment, and it's never locked in. And the fact of the matter is you don't know how good you are unless you come give it a try.
But I wanted to know, and you sort of answered that question. The same teams are generally in the top 5, right? The most of your regular. Do you know who's probably going to play?
Absolutely.
Okay. Same with us. And Shirley just said it. She says we like that wager better. And they like it inside the other room better. I guess it's like I said, it's just more personable in there. So anyway, we got that going on. Again, Wednesdays at 7, Thursday nights at 7:30. Trivia 2 nights a week. Hey, can't beat it, baby. What do we got, Dave? After that,
You know what that makes you guys?
trivia host.
Trivia kings.
Kings. Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. That Dave said that.
I need to go to Burger King and get my.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Burger King too and get mine.
There you go.
All right, now everyone's favorite segment that brings back a little history, brought to you by our great media partners, WAG, Eagle Country 106.3 FM, Chuck and Mary Kramer and Lynn Bellis, mine and Byron Bagwell's boss on Friday nights. Michael's been doing some voiceovers. You've been hearing him in some commercials and things like that. It really, honestly, and I know he's busy, but it takes some pressure off of me from Chuck asking me to come in there and do it all the time. Like a little break from that.
There you go.
And our other partner, the Bradford County Telegraph, and their great staff, including owner John Miller, editor-in-chief Mark Crawford, ad guru John Ryan Tillman, and of course, Mr. Photogenic, you see him smiling all the time, himself, Mr. Cliff Smelly. Here's what's the date. These are the headlines from the Bradford Telegraph during the first week of May in what year? County must act or continue kicking the can. How about that? School board asked to support new scoreboard. Ceremony remembers everyone who gave their all. Was it May? Actually, no. Was it the first week of June?
Yes.
In 2017?
Yep.
2019? Or 2021? So again, county must act or continue kicking the can. School board asked to support new scoreboard. Ceremony remembers everyone who gave their all. Was that the first week of June in 2017, 2019, or 2021? Let us give a little something here. You read the first one. I'll read the second one. You can read the third one. How about that? Might as well just put you back in the seat.
Suits me just fine. Hey, Bradford County's Finance Director Jim Farrell told county commissioners in a meeting that they were the only ones to reverse 6 years of overspending that had eaten into the county's reserves.
The Athletic Facilities Committee of Bradford High School pitched the idea of a 24 by 29 foot digital scoreboard to augment the artificial turf on the football field.
And finally, retired Army First Sergeant Melvin Kioski was the guest speaker at the annual Memorial Day ceremony sponsored by Stark's American Legion Post 56, alongside Post Commander Jimmy Scott and past Post Commander Raymond Hunt.
All right, how about that? So, what was that? The first week of June of 2017, 2019, 2021. David, go back one more and let me read those again. County must act or continue kicking the can. School board asked to support new scoreboard. Ceremony remembers everyone who gave their all. Was that the first week of June of 2017, 2019, or 2021? All right, this is where you guys play. So, if you get this right, we'll put you in the fire hat that he left me, by the way. It's still out there. He left me to put all the names in, And at the end of the month, David, we're going to draw, well, actually the first week of the following month, we'll draw us a winner. Now, because we haven't been able to do that here within the last month or so, we're going to squabosh that one, and we're going to go ahead and just start fresh right here. Michael's going to be with us so he can help us out with this for the rest of the month. And then we're going to talk about if he's deciding he's going to come back, or if he's got some other things. I know he's involved in some other things, but that's for another time and another day. So, anyway, welcome in. Let's see here. Dwight Allen. Welcome in, Byron Bagwell. Good evening, Robert McGee. Shirley, good evening. Renee Stegall Shaw says, hi, guys. Got here as soon as I could. Hello, Renee. Robert McGee says, David, 2021. Roy Jackson says 2021. Dwight Allen says 2021. Now, this is where you get a chance to play, guys.
I'm sensing a theme.
I'm sensing a theme, too, and I don't know if I like the theme, but hey, we'll just see. Michael.
Yes, sir.
You know, you didn't do this, so I'm going to give you a chance to guess now, because you didn't do this one. You normally do this, but we did this one. So I'm going to let you take a guess and see what you think.
All right, hold on. All right.
Dwight Allen says 2021.
Caught me off guard here. All right.
Caught you off guard.
17, 19, or 21.
Yep. First week of June.
Was there the wheels of government grind insatiably slow?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't think it was 21. That seems like a little fast.
Okay.
And the turf, I'm going to go 19 only because I don't think that the turf was down in 17, and I may be wrong. I think 21 seems a little. I think it process takes a little longer than that. I'm going to go 19.
Joey Fennell says 19. What are you doing?
Well, this is 23.
Yeah.
Correct.
21 is a couple years ago.
Yeah, right.
And that field is pretty damn new.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. Now, go ahead. Go ahead. You're going to say 21.
I'm going to say 21.
You're going to say 21. Okay. Now, this is going to. Do you want to change your mind, or are you going to stick with it?
I'll stick with it.
You're going to stick with it?
Yeah, I'm
okay. All right. So,
win or lose.
Well, look, and this is a great deal. You were talking about the government. Think about tornado football. And if you go to the games or listen to the games, when that field was actually down, or at least in the process. So, you know, you've seen a new football field last year, and you've seen a new football field before that. Did you see it in 21?
Oh, shoot.
Now, you see what I'm saying?
That's what
Did
I'm
you
saying.
see it? Yeah. Did you see it in 21? Now, Joey Fennell, and he don't even live here. He lives in South Carolina. He moved from Nashville, Tennessee to South Carolina, Greenville. He's sticking with 2019. Everybody else is sticking with 2021. I'd like some more guesses here while we have a few minutes before we get into the big subject that we need to talk to, and that's one of the big events.
While we're waiting,
Yes.
I think we would be remiss, especially you two,
Yep.
veterans, Navy veterans,
Yes,
if
sir.
we didn't pause for a moment to acknowledge the 79th anniversary of the Normandy invasion.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's take a minute to pause. Absolutely.
So as I'd say, we pause for a moment. That all of the soldiers that gave their lives to invade Normandy,
Yep.
to free France and portions of Europe from Nazi control during the Normandy invasion on June the 6th of 1944.
That's correct. All right, let's moment silence. All right, so now we've had some answer changes. So I guess some people know about their tornado football. Joey Fennell says 2019. Okay. Shirley Bagwell says 2019. Dwight Allen says, change me to 19.
Oh.
Randy Brooks said 19. So I guess after we gave those couple of little clues,
Oops.
It may.
Now, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking I know how government works.
I'm sticking with 21.
You're sticking with 21. Okay, so. I know. Okay, so we're in a quandary here. I hope there's a couple of more guesses, but so David, we've got Joey Fennell, we got Shirley Bagwell, we've got Dwight Allen and Randy Brooks with 19. We got Roy Jackson with 2021. We got Mr. McGee at 2021. Let's see if there's any other guesses here. Michael's given. He hadn't seen this because he usually writes it and then usually lets me guess.
And I wasn't expecting this.
No,
one, so
you wasn't expecting
this. Caught
this.
me off guard.
Yeah,
I didn't do my homework. Sorry.
That's all right. So
well, we're talking,
Football.
2020.
Yep.
Three or some years ago.
Yep.
Point.
And
Has
then 19. And of course, 17 was too far back.
I think, we wrote this, so
you can't really say.
I can't really say, but I'm with you in agreement about 17. Okay, I don't want to say.
Yeah.
So the two logical answers would be 19 or 21.
I've already
already
straddled
said
this hurdle. I'm gonna ride it out. Kind of like Michigan football. I'm just gonna ride it till she's gone.
Okay, sounds good. Michael had a very convincing argument, Dwight Allen said. He did. So, is it enough to believe for you to change your answer? What you did, Dwight, so obviously it was convincing enough.
There you go.
All right, I guess no more guesses, and we want to continue on with the show here as we're running on 7:40 Eastern Time. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers, creator and host David Rodgers, right along with producer Dave Holland. Look who's back in the house. He was our director, still is. But he's on a hiatus because he's got his plate full, and you'll hear about that in just a minute, Mr. Michael Heater. No Byron Bagwell as he's working, but he's listening in, and no Austin Stevens. All right, David, give me a drum roll. The answer is... Here he comes. Dave's coming with the answer. The wheels are rolling.
And there it is.
There it is. Okay, and the answer is 2019.
Excellent.
Wow, you
Pulled that
said
one off. Okay.
Robert McGee says it's based on government 1921. That's brilliant. Oh boy, this show's going off the rails. Anyway, all right, 2019.
Very cool.
All right, here we go. Again, welcome in On the Spot with David Rodgers, along with the Dancing Destroyer himself, Super Dave Holland. Cut 35 heads of hair today. David, how does that foot feel, baby?
Well, let me give you a quick rundown.
Okay, yes, please.
About a month ago, I thought I infected my toe. Went to the VA. A week later, they gave me an antibiotic. That wasn't working. So I went back to the emergency room at the VA. The following week, they took it a little more serious, did some x-rays, and found that my blood vessels were blocked in my right leg. So my foot wasn't getting any blood flow.
Right.
So that was on a Friday. That following Tuesday, they took me in the operating room and fixed me up, did a great job, sent me home Wednesday. Today is Tuesday, 2 weeks ago, and now I made it back to work today, and everybody was so glad to see me back.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm sure.
They ran in to get a haircut and worked my butt off.
Well, let me tell you, you see the silver fox right here?
Yeah, man.
He's been waiting for you.
Yeah.
I haven't gone in. I'm waiting for you so you can shape up my hair. Look at my man here. He needs one. And Michael never gets his hair this long.
And here's the thing about it. I have a very particular way I like my hair cut.
Yep.
There was a young lady who used to cut it 40 years ago. Well, 30 years ago, and that was it. And nobody would do it the way that I wanted to, the way that she did it, until I met Dave. Now, nobody touches my head except Dave.
Me too.
And here's the thing about it. It doesn't look like I need a haircut. This has been, what, a month?
3 weeks?
Yeah,
Over a
no,
month?
a month.
It's been a month.
Yeah, because
and
you've
it's
been on
still,
several. It's been a
he's
month.
been out. And I
Yep.
that's and there's the thing about it, I can go get a haircut and in a week later it looks or 2 weeks it looks bad.
Yeah, because hair grows fast.
No one cuts hair like Dave Holland. That's where I like to go, and I appreciate Dave. I'm glad you're back.
And I want to mention something else too.
Very happy with it.
So me and Autumn and Donnie and Byron try to go fishing every once in a while. You know, you've heard about our little fishing trips. But Donnie was telling me on that little last one that we went to last Saturday morning, was saying, I need to get in there to see Dave. He has not been in. He's waiting for you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And Shirley's on here. Yeah, he's waiting for you to come in. And I'm sure some of our viewers here are waiting for you to come back as well. So I'm glad that you're back, brother. Take it easy. You don't want to overdo it.
No.
No, because you don't want to relapse on anything.
Yeah,
I think I did today, but it really turned out okay for
There
me.
you go.
All right, good.
Just easy.
All right, it's 7:44 Eastern Time. Glad all of you that are on, welcome in. This is a great time to get something to drink, to stretch out just a little bit, and invite anybody that's got kids. Very, very much so. If you've got kids, you want to listen to what we have to say. Not only tonight, next week, the following week, and the following week, and listen to WEAG Eagle Country 106.3. as they are running these ads as well. There is billboards all about it. And again, I want to welcome in my special guest. He's not really a guest, but it's because he's been gone a while. He's back. I want to bring in Michael Heater. He's the event coordinator for this year's Splash Bash, 2 years in a row. This is the second annual one. And I tell you, Michael, we've been to meetings and meetings and meetings and meetings. And you've been on the phone meetings with you with different things going on. But tell everybody what they can expect at the Start Splash Bash. I want to call it 23, Start Splash Bash 23 on July the 4th. One-day event this year. But, man, there's a lot of things going on. And there's a lot of information that is, that needs to be put out, that people need to know, because the more that you got in front of you, the better you are going to be prepared for this event. And you don't want to get there and get caught up in something you should know, almost a month ago.
Exactly. So let me do this one. I want to start by giving you guys a little taste of what happened last year. Dave, roll the video and I'll tell you a little bit about this. This was a little bit of a video recap that we did for last year. Again, it was on Sunday, July 3rd. It was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing we threw together. We had some water slides out there for the kids, and we planned for 2,000 people to show. And when you know it, 5,000 people showed up for this 4th of July, or in this case, 3rd of July event. We didn't have a lot of food trucks. We didn't have a whole lot going on. It was a chance for the kids to get out and just play. And play they did. We had some music. We had some stuff. The foam was a huge hit. And Foamtastic Productions out of Gainesville came out. Kids had a great time with it. There was a lot of opportunities for us to have a lot of fun with it. And we got to talking about this, and they were like, man, we should make this bigger and better. And, of course, I enjoy a challenge, so sure, why not? So we started with a golf cart parade last year. This year, we're moving on up in the big city. I am proud to say that we're going to start off the event at 11 a.m. on July 4th. Tuesday, July 4th, 11 o'clock is the kickoff. It starts with a military flyover of 3 P-51 Mustang Warbirds. They're going to fly from the fairgrounds going down 301 all the way to Walmart. That starts the parade. We have at least 50 to 60 vehicles in the parade so far, and we have special presentations, not the least of which includes the Sons of the American Revolution.
Yep.
We have the First Coast Highlanders, bagpipes and drum corps that will be in the parade. We are going to have the 501st Legion, for those of you that are Star Wars fans, and we're going to have a lot of music, a lot of entertainment, a Jeep show and shine, all sorts of things like that one. And we're going to end the parade with no less than 25 to 30 horses that are going to be judged for the most patriotic horse out there on the parade route. At the end of the parade, we line up at the stadium. At noon is where we kick off a lot of the events. We're going to have 6 concerts lined up with 6 great performances. And we are going to have not only one of the biggest fireworks shows,
Right.
28 minutes worth of fireworks, by the way.
Right.
We're also going to have the largest collection of food trucks in Bradford County history. If you like good food, you don't want to miss Splash Bash. Starting at noon and going all the way until 10 p.m.-ish, you can have the All-American burgers and hot dogs from the concession stands being run by the band boosters and the football boosters.
Right.
Or, if pizza's your thing, we have a stone-fired pizza that's going to be made. We got taco trucks. We got soul food. We got seafood. We've got everything that you could imagine that is going to be in this one. And I got to tell you, Dave, I'm excited about this because what we're going to end up having is the opportunity for us to expand this to the ways it's never been done before. And when I say expanding it, we're talking about a bigger parade that is also going to include the golf carts, the side-by-sides, but we're going to lead the parade off with bicycles. We're inviting everyone ages 5 to 11 to meet us at First Christian Church at the corner of Call Street and Orange Street, and the children are going to lead the parade on their bicycles down Orange Street to the stadium. That's going to be followed by the golf carts and the side-by-sides. Then we're going to have some Jeeps, and we're going to have some specialty vehicles involved. We're going to have the floats featuring supervisor of elections. We're going to have some bands. We're going to have, you name it, we're going to have this one. And then we're going to end the parade with the touch-a-truck vehicles. And yes, we're bringing back touch-a-truck. But I think what the coolest part about this is, and there's 2 areas that in case you can't tell, I'm excited. Yes, I'm excited about it. But we're bringing back the kids' digs. Now, if you were at the touch-a-truck event we did in 2019 before COVID hit, you know that the biggest draw for that was the kids' digs. At the time, it was sponsored by Lazenby's. Well, Crystal Tractor Supply has taken over, and by golly, they love the idea, and they're doing it again. So on Atkins Street, between the concession stand and the main gate, we are bringing in dump truckloads of dirt, and Crystal Tractor Supply is supplying the equipment that allows the kids to wear their little hard hats, and they're going to actually do construction, moving dirt around and spreading dirt, do everything like that one, like a construction site. That is being hosted and sponsored by Crystal Tractor Supply. The Foamtastic production is coming out of Gainesville. You saw the foam on the video. That's nothing compared to what's going on now. We got 2 of them coming in here. 2 foam machines. We're going to cover the 50-yard line with foam. We had 5 water slides last year. We're shooting for 12 this year. May not get them. I'm trying. But we're going to have more water slides. And the cool part about it is that we're always planning in case of an emergency. So here's what we do. K&C Construction out of Keystone Heights. Chuck Tetstone, great guy. They are building a wall that is 42 inches tall with an opening. And if you can walk through the opening without bumping your head, then you get the entire north end of the field to yourself. Now, if you're too tall to fit, then you take the south end. But this way, every child, based on their size, will be able to enjoy the water slides without having the bigger kids running over the little kids, because that's caused a little bit of a problem last year. We're also having a major contingency plan placed for severe weather, in case there's a fire emergency, in case there's a situation similar to what happened last weekend, whatever it is, a strong law enforcement presence there. And it's not just for safety and security, it's for a chance for the kids to interact with public safety. Firefighters, paramedics, police officers, canine units that are going to be out there in the field. Kids can come up and actually see the dogs and interact. It's going to be one of the most amazing events that we've done. And the concerts, this guy's in charge of the concerts, and we're putting together something that has not been seen in Stark like this in years. And I am clearly excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. And we're going to end the night with one of the largest fireworks. If you liked the fireworks last year, well, we're making it bigger and better there too. And I can already tell you that next year, without going into detail about it, because right now I'm focused on this year, but part of the reason why is doing this one is because next year's event is at least 2 and likely going to be a 3-day concert event next year.
Yep, and that's exactly right, Mike. And actually, the plan is in play to get this moved to the fairgrounds. next year. That hasn't been officially tidied in, right, Mike?
Yeah,
this is just in the talk.
Let me get through this year first.
Right. And then we'll talk about
August
that.
1st, we're going to do it because we're going after sponsors. We want to invite everyone to be. My goal in this, aside from doing stuff for the kids, is to really bring back the old-fashioned community event that people from all parts of town can just come together, hang out. You know, in fact, I'll even tell you, and I know I mentioned this to you. I don't know if Dave's heard this or not here like that one. So we have several sponsors that have stepped up to have some contests. Rebels Quick Lube is sponsoring the pie eating contest. Capital City Bank is sponsoring the watermelon eating contest. And Chrissy Thompson at the Downtown Grill, you know you can always count on Chrissy.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Downtown Grill is sponsoring the state of Florida, probably in the southeastern United States. In the southeastern, it's the largest s'mores station in existence. It's going to be a table that stretches probably 40 to 50 feet long with sterno cans and heating sources, and that thousands of dollars in graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolate bars lined up so that the family can just come in here, grab a skewer, and have s'mores before the fireworks in the evening while we've got Southern Burn playing, while we have Matt Wilsey and the Gentleman Jukebox playing, while we have Eli Rogers, J.D. Norman, Jaden Jackson, and Leanne Purple. I mean, and I had acts that have reached out to me and wanted to play, and I'm like, dude, I can't. We're booked.
We're booked. We ain't got no room.
Which is why we're already planning for next year, because they have already said, look, we see where this is going. We want to be involved in this one. And I'm like, come on. So I'm excited about it.
And guys, listen, and I don't even know if Michael hit this. I had to step out of the room for just a second. You get all this entertainment, all this time, all this for $3 in advance.
Now tell them the real story.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them the real story.
I lost the vote.
He did lose the vote. So again, remember it was free last year, and I know a lot of people saying, well, what happened to the free event? Well, look, last year, as you heard Michael say, this was thrown together. This was just piecemeal together in a short amount of time.
And a good chunk of it came out of my own pocket.
Yeah. Now, instead of his pocket, our pocket, somebody else's pocket, unless they're a sponsor, look, you're getting double, pretty much double of everything, right, Mike? Let's just call it like it is. Yeah. You're getting double of everything. Last year, we had a couple of entertainers. Now we got a full set of entertainers. Yeah. We got a stage that we're literally going to be under. We have, like he said, the pie eating, the watermelon, the s'mores. That costs you, ladies and gentlemen, $3. Day of the event, $5. I can tell you this. I know myself. I can eat $5 worth of watermelon. So I know I would get my money's worth.
Yeah.
So, and you've got that. You've got, like you said, the water slides, the foam, the digging, the car show, the fireworks. What did he say? 28 minutes worth. Think about how much money that's going to cost. Yes, there's sponsors there. Still takes money to do it. All the entertainment that we're going to be having. That's a great lineup. And if you haven't heard Southern Burn yet, you'll really like them. I assure you of that. We've got the canine display. Yep. We've got the Jaws of Life display.
Stark Fire Department's going to be doing a Jaws of Life demonstration and the importance on safety and seatbelts as well. And the thing about it is that everything that we do, we're trying to push education as much as safety and as much as entertainment. So it's a chance for kids in a learning in an entertaining environment to maybe learn a little something else as well.
And that's exactly right, and that's what it's all about right there. We've got the battle zone, man. I can't wait for that. Man.
Let me tell you
you haven't talked to them about the battle zone?
So let me explain how this is going to work here, folks. So we have several special guests that are lined up here.
Yeah.
Now, if you have kids, we're gonna take 5 seconds for you to cover their ears, or to kind of like do them. So we'll wait here. Get the kids out.
Right.
Boy, have we got something planned for you. In addition to the parade, we have added several superhero types, not the least of which is the Ghostbusters of Middleburg, which is a full-blown crew that's just like the movies in their own Ecto-1 mobile that are going to be in the parade, and then they're going to do a meet and greet with the kids as the Ghostbusters. But wait, there's more. The 501st Legion Star Wars characters that do cosplay, Stormtroopers, Darth Vader, and all the different characters are going to be in the parade. They are going to do a meet and greet with the kids. And that evening, there is going to be, and I'm not going to ruin the surprise.
No, don't ruin the surprise.
But I will tell you that if you go back on the Stark Splash Bash page on Facebook, there's a very cryptic message from a Caped Crusader. That's all I got to say about that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, I'm going to be up on stage doing all the announcements for you guys, doing all this and that, but also in the parade.
Yep.
Am I going to have to figure out this riddle or this thing here, or am I in any danger or anything?
Let's just say that I would wear some comfortable shoes because you probably need to be on your toes.
Okay, well, we'll just leave it at that. Okay, sounds great to me.
We've put a lot of effort into making sure we got something for all ages. We've got, again, s'mores is something the whole family can do. The watermelon is something that the kids enjoy. The pie-eating contest is something that the adults enjoy. We're trying to put together, it's not really even a cornhole tournament. It's an opportunity to go out and play cornhole. The adults can play while the kids are doing water slides. Because there's nothing worse than sitting down, watching the kids and be like, yeah, no, you've got something that the adults can do as well. And we're going to have staff. I have volunteers and members that are coming in here. And it's not just people that are going to be doing, just observing. These are employees of the companies that are sponsoring this stuff up. I'm bringing in 2 certified lifeguards to watch the little kids area so that we have trained people with CPR, with water rescue, so that we can do this. We've got paramedics on standby. We're going to have a first aid station set up here. We're going to have every contingency.
The command center.
I'll have the command post set up. Now, listen, a volcanic eruption, we got this. Mm-hmm. We're trying to cover all aspects, because the one thing that is most important for a 4th of July event in my mind is you need to go somewhere where you can literally escape the day-to-day events that we're dealing with, whether it's politics, whether it's employment, whether it's anything else like that one. Someplace where you can just go and just have fun, that you can just get away. Let somebody else deal with the
affordable fun. Affordable fun.
I mean, seriously, you can't get a decent burger for $3.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And you're going to have access to some of the best food in the area. Let's talk some food for a second here, okay? If you like Danielle's on Brownlee Street,
I do.
She's going to be there. If you like limp brisket, Nick's going to be there.
Nick's will be there, yep. Okay?
If you like sauced up down on South Water Street with their soul food and seafood, they're going to be there. Oven-fired pizzas. Tacos. Burgers and hot dogs out of the concession stand. So you can actually come eat all-American food and support your local high school football team and your local band. I mean, it just the food concept on me is what I'm excited about.
Me too.
And Judith Young has done an amazing job in organizing the vendors. Non-food vendors are going to be there. If you're a fan of, I believe, and I always screw this up, so I want to make sure that Jacob Underhill, I believe is his name.
Right, that's right.
He was, I don't know if he won or if he was a finalist. I think he won. Forged in Fire, and where he makes,
I think he did.
I think he won, and where he makes swords and he makes knives and stuff like that. He's going to be putting on a forging demonstration there. Now, it's on school property, so he's not going to be bringing knives and everything like that. That's it. But you can watch the demonstration of how he does it, and there's a catalog there, and then you can go and see him later, and he will make for you a customized sword, a knife, whatever it is like that. But if you've never seen anyone forged metal, it is the neatest thing you've ever seen, and it's amazing. And he's going to be doing it all afternoon. And again, kids may not get into this, but the adults are going to be like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool!" And it's just as much fun for the adults as it would be for the kids.
And that's exactly right. And now there's a couple of things that has changed a little bit. One was we were supposed to have a softball tournament. This event was supposed to kick off at 9 o'clock. Right. So you were going to get more time. You were going to get to watch the sheriff's officers versus the firefighters. but that didn't come to fruition.
Yeah.
Some things happened there.
That's okay,
and that's okay, because you know what? We're going to kick off the event, like Michael said, right there at that stage area, around the football field area, getting ready for the parade and all that stuff. 11?
The flyover is at 11 o'clock, and that
Yeah.
starts the parade down US 301.
Yeah.
And if you're familiar with the parade route, it's the route that was taken during the homecoming parade.
Yes.
So we're going to go down 301 to Call Street, turning right, going west. You're going to end it it's going to go to Orange Street at 600 block, and then you're going to turn right and go north on Orange Street, ending at the stadium and the track. If you were involved in it last year and had a golf cart or side-by-side, same concept. After the parade, you're going to pull onto the track for judging. We're going to have the mayor's choice for the most patriotic side-by-side golf cart.
Yep.
We're going to have the most patriotic Jeep. And we're going to have those patriotic equine horse display. In addition to that, Mitchell Gunner, 50 dash plaques for the car shows that
Yep.
people that show up here. A top 20, a top 10, and a Best in Show award that he's going to be presenting. Door prizes that he's giving away. I mean, you can't. I seriously think, I would say that this is one for the books, and it would be for the book for this year. But I truly believe we can make this even bigger and better next year. We're on task to have one of the headlining acts next year who you would have seen on television on American Idol.
Yep.
We've got so much plan, and that's down the road. I'm not even worried about that right now. Right now, I'm focused on we got 28 days. 28 days. I am trying to get this lined up so that we can give our community the kind of a 4th of July patriotic, all-American community celebration that we need and deserve.
We have, like Mike says, less than a month now to get everything ready. Everything is in the process, but there's still a lot of work to do. I do want to mention a couple of things, Mike, if I can.
Sure.
First of all, Renee Stegall-Shaw, I gotta love her, man. I've known her since we were this high. She says, David, sounds like most of the town will be in the parade, so who's going to watch it?
Okay, so a good point. I will tell you that if things go to as our plan goes, we're going to triple the population of the city of Stark. The population of Stark is 5,100 people. We're expecting 10,000 people to turn out for it from all over the region. We've got radio ads playing in the Jacksonville market. We've got radio ads locally. We're in the newspaper. We're going to be on social media. We're doing that.
We're on billboards.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, we got a huge billboard that's going up. It'll be finished tomorrow. I'm excited about that. But primarily because there's a fire truck parked in front of it. But that's beside the point.
Well, that's what they use to put it up.
So there's a lot of it. And yeah, I want the entire community to turn out for this one. We've got Miss Winterfest, from Christmas on Call Street is going to be there. The Strawberry Court from the Strawberry Festival is going to be there. We've got elected officials that are going to be in the parade. We put invites out to some of the bigwigs, and unfortunately he's going to be campaigning in Iowa around the 4th of July, but we invited.
Yeah.
We'll see. But, and again, what we are putting together now is something that it's got something for everybody. And it'll be something that people can kick back and enjoy, look at, and just say, man, this is, this is something that, that seniors can listen and go, oh, I remember when we used to do this as kids. That's what I'm talking about. I want this to be something that's just passion-driven, that people go, man, this is so good, I want to do it again next year and make it bigger and better and better.
And I told Renee, and I don't know if she's heard me say this before on the show. First of all, I said lots of laughs, Renee Stegall-Shaw. That was pretty good. But we do have 27,000 residents in this county.
That's true.
So, there's a lot of elderly people here. There's different ages, genres. There's a lot of different people here. So, there are going to be some people watching. You wouldn't think there would be when we do the homecoming parade, as Mike says. But you ought to see them lined up. We got hundreds of entries in that parade, the homecoming parade, and you can still see people at every corner that we go by, and they're deep, man. It's just not right up front. It's deep.
Yeah.
So, there's going to be people watching, I assure you, people that's just going to come out and enjoy the day. Like Michael said, a lot of hard work, a lot of effort put in here, and it's still coming. A couple of things that I wanted to wrap up before we wrap up tonight. A couple of things I want to say, and unless Michael said it already, he was talking about the radio ads and everything. We got a local radio ad going out this week where you can purchase your armbands for $3. You got to sign the waiver and everything, but we're going to be right in front of the radio station. Me and several of our crew are going to be out there. We're going to be selling wristbands in advance. $3. If you get them early, you have this chance. Michael, there's also selling them at the courthouse, right?
So we changed that up.
We changed that up now?
So,
okay.
Right now, you can get wristbands in 3 locations. During the week, you can get them at Sporting Chance.
Sporting Chance, okay.
218 North Temple Avenue, Sporting Chance. By the way, shout out to Beth Tillman. She's providing the T-shirts for our staff and our volunteers. They look good. Boy, they look good. I'm happy about that one. You can also get your tickets, or your wristbands rather, in the evenings and weekends at Fun Point Restaurant. 1100 South Walnut Street, where the old Western Steer used to be. They're there. And then on June the 10th, 9 o'clock in the morning, make plans. Look for this guy in front of the radio station, 1421 South Water Street at WEAG Radio in the parking lot. We'll be doing a wristband sale there on June the 10th, this Saturday, and then another one on June 24th.
Yep.
We want to give everyone the opportunity to get the wristbands because here's the deal. Prices go up the day of the event.
Yep. The bottom line.
I mean, save yourself 40%. Get your wristbands now. You go ahead and sign the waiver. What's nice is that if you pre-sell the wristbands and we have them stamped, you walk in, we're like, yep, we know this one.
We know this one.
We've got the name. We got your names like that. We look. Your name is so and so. Yep, you're on the list. You're good, and you go right in. You're not standing in line.
Nope.
You know, you're not having to worry about it. And there's something else that we need to talk about as well.
Yep, I'm glad that.
So we're talking logistics. If you're coming to Splash Bash, let me rephrase that. When you come to Splash Bash, because you know you want to, we're going to give you 5 places where you can park. You can park at the county fairgrounds. You can park at the old Chevy dealership on North Temple, 301. You can park at the Aldi's Tractor Supply Deerfoot Village location, home of Harry Business for the time being. You'll be able to park there. And you can park behind Burger King in the Bradford Square. Is that Bradford Square or Stark Plaza? I always get those two confused.
Yeah, that's
I think that's
Bradford Square.
Bradford Square.
Yeah, that's Bradford
So
Square.
behind Burger King, next to Community State Bank, there where Harbor Freight is now.
Harbor Freight, yeah.
And Dollar General. You can park there. You can park there. We're going to run shuttle service all afternoon. So you can grab your folding chairs within reason. You can and bring your beach towels, and so you can dry off here. No coolers, no glass, clear bags only. Okay, it's the same rules that apply to the school district. If you're not sure what those rules are, watch for the full page ad. It's going to be in the Bradford Telegraph. Send us a message. We'll send you the graphic. But we have to maintain school board policy and safety for everyone like that. And we're going to have a large security contingent present to make sure that everyone's following the rules. But if you don't want to worry about the shuttle, you can park a little bit closer and you can walk. It's not really that far. You can park at the courthouse. You can park at the library. You can park at Winn-Dixie on Madison Street. There's other areas where you'll be able to park, but the immediate area is going to be closed off. So don't think that you're just going to go whipping in there and get out of the car and walk right in. Nope. It's not going to work that way. We're going to be enforcing the rules on parking on private property. The tow trucks will be rolling. If they're not in the touch truck, they're going to be hooking and booking. So make sure that you watch our Splash Bash page on Facebook for additional information. Make sure you watch the Telegraph. Listen to the radio ads. If you have questions, reach out to me. Okay? I am not ashamed to admit that I leave my phone on 24 hours a day, much to the chagrin of other people in the house. But if you have a question about it, message us. Message us on our Facebook page. Send me an email, starksplashbash@gmail.com. starksplashbash@gmail.com. If you want to reach out to David. He's my branch director for entertainment. Matt Peterson, they're working on the entertainment side. Judith Young, she's my concessions and vending branch manager. Yep. She's taking care of that one. You know, I've got Melissa Marston, who's handling accountability and egress with some volunteers. She's handling that branch of it like that. Scott Munnings, he's handling my logistics along with John Probst, who's my operations chief, and he's my right-hand man. He's doing stuff. We've got people running the parade. We've got people running this. We're dealing with everything we can think of. Porta potties for people, so you don't necessarily have to use the same bathroom all the time and whatever it is. Anything that we can do to make your event enjoyable and fun, we're trying to work through that one, and we want you to come out. And we want you to spread the word. If you see a poster for Splash Bash, share it. Get the word out there. Invite your friends. Invite your family. Tell people to come out here because this is an event that's going to be custom made for all ages, not just the little kids on the water slides, not just for the teenagers on the big slides.
Nope.
It's going to be for the adults to come out and just enjoy spending time together. Bring your blankets. If you want to bring a lawn chair, I'm okay with that one. No other tables, no tents, nothing like that one. Again, we're following the rules, and we'll post the rules for you. But we give you an opportunity just to get out as a family. The lakes are going to be crowded. The river is going to be crowded.
Yes.
Here you can come, you can spread out, you can enjoy the afternoon. We're going to have cooling hydration stations where you can get bottled water, food and drinks galore, and you can sit back, listen to great music, have great time with friends and family, listen to great music, and really enjoy a great fireworks show, all for $3
In advance.
in advance.
Yep.
Five at the gate.
Yep. And you can catch us. Our crew will be out there on a Saturday morning in front of WAG Eagle Country 106.3. Hey, what? The radio station of the Tornadoes, right?
That's it.
Y'all know me, voice of the Tornadoes. Mike's filled in. Byron, hey, he's our color analyst. Mitchell's filled in.
That's right.
When Mike can't always, because he's in charge of command
I'm
post.
running the command post,
If Gordon don't see that command post,
But I'm training a
are
replacement.
you training a replacement?
I'm training, well,
Okay.
a backup.
Okay.
So I can take a break. So I'm happy about that one. The other thing is too is just so you know that I plan on joining you on Saturday.
Oh,
on the 10th.
okay. I was wondering because it is your birthday.
Yeah, I might sleep in. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
But
Yep.
yeah, but I mean, and I want to publicly thank. Okay, I'm gonna start with this guy right here. I could not. No man is an island. Okay, so I'm not. This is not my event. I want to make that abundantly clear. I have nothing to do singularly with this one. This event would not work without David Rodgers. This event would not work without Judith Young. This event would not work without Melissa Marston, Mitchell Gunter, Jalen Jackson, you know, Jetta Lee,
Matt
Dottie
Peterson,
Gibson, Matt Peterson, J.D.
yeah.
Norman. I mean, I could go to. There's 30 people on the committee, okay, and every one of them is got a role that they are filling. And if something happens, then we have a redundancy. I've lost people that coordinated cornhole. I lost people that coordinated the parade. I've lost people that coordinated vendors. I've lost it. We were able to just slide people in. We just keep on rolling with this one. But while my team is solid, I'm always in need of volunteers. especially to
Absolutely.
keep it honest
I'm
with
glad
the
you
kids.
said that. I'm glad
so
you said
if
that.
you want to come out and serve in a role for a few hours, send us a message. Let me get you on the list. We'll get you squared away, save you $3. But you can come out here. We're going to feed the volunteers. We're going to get uniform shirts, T-shirts for the volunteers. We're going to give you assignments. And the way that the plan is set up here is that our logistics plan and contingencies plan have the entire area divided into zones.
Yep.
So that for every law enforcement officer, there's a team of volunteers and staff members from my team, from our team, that will go so that if we have, God forbid, a missing child, as soon as that alert is called on the radio, all of my team members are going to zoom out to the gates. And we're locking the place down so that we can make sure we can find the kid. And if we have a missing adult, which happens, kids come up, hey, I can't find my mom and dad, no problem at all. Boom, we're going to assist. If there's a fire in one of the concession stands or
Right.
a food truck catches fire,
Right.
we've got a team of Bradford County firefighters and City of Stark firefighters that are on it within 30 seconds because they're pre-staged for everything. We got law enforcement. We've tried to do something that takes the stress out of going out. People go to Disney World, like Mitchell went to Disney World, had a great time, but in the back of your mind, I'm like, I wonder if we did. No, we want you to know that we're putting together not just the most entertaining event, not the most enjoyable event, but the safest event that you can do for your family from 11 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. And that means shuttle service getting you back to your vehicle in a secured area. We're going to be able to manage everything like that one. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your 4th of July.
So I want to volunteer, and you said give you a message.
Yeah, I can.
Where do you go
Great.
get that message to you?
Great question like that one. So you can find me on Facebook. If you can't find me on Facebook, there's no telling. Stark Splash Bash, right down there.
Yep, right down
Stark
there.
Splash Bash, and it's spelled correctly too. I love it because I can't spell worth a crap. Starksplashbash@gmail.com. Starksplashbash@gmail.com. Send me an email. put in the comment, volunteer. I will get you a volunteer app so we can document it. We'll get you set up with everything that you need. We'll make sure you have proper ID with a lanyard. We'll get you your shirt. We'll get you your assignment. You'll have ready to go. I need parade marshals. I need people to help with the parade.
Mike, can I stick another couple of addresses out there?
Sure.
On the spot, 32091@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
You can hit us there. I'll make sure this guy gets the message, or whoever the team leader is for that, make sure they get that message. You can hit me up on david.rogers1352@yahoo.com, david.rogers1532@gmail.com. That's a couple of others. And I don't know, Mike, if you want to put out any others. I think this is probably plenty.
Yeah, that's
because
fine.
I can imagine what you're looking through right now.
Yeah,
but let me just back Michael up on something really quick. I challenge any of you, Renee. I know you're still in Pascagoula area. I know you have some. Yeah. Why don't you come over for the weekend? We got a brand new hotel here.
That's right.
Hey, we do. Come on down. A brand new Holiday Inn Express. Hey, you can come down here and have some of the fun with you and your grandkids. I wish you could, but anyway, and I'm saying that seriously, but. I can tell you right now, Pascagoula doesn't do anything like this. Not in this realm. You may do some things, but not in this cost realm, safety realm, and entertainment realm. And I challenge anybody else that's outside this area, Joey Fennell, and now that lives in Columbia, South Carolina, or Greenville, South Carolina. I challenge him. I challenge anybody to find a place where we just said everything that Michael just said that you can do for this price. $3, $5 of the event. Woo. Where are you gonna? Honestly, I want somebody to tell me where you're gonna find that kind of entertainment for $3 or $5. I assure you, you're not gonna find that anywhere. And Michael thought about this idea, spent a couple of years in the workings, and then he got the first one kicked off. But the idea is what we always say on our show, even when we're not in these events and doing these things, we want to keep everybody in Bradford County. We want to keep everybody in Stark. We don't want you to go to Gainesville, unless you necessarily have to, or Orange Park, or like Michael said, the rivers that's going to be packed up and jam-packed, the lakes. We want to bring you here, like Michael said, in a safe environment, have fun, and just enjoy for $3 to $5. Yeah. Buddy, you tell me, I'll write it down if you can tell me another event that you can get in and do all that stuff for $3 to $5.
And the cool part about it is because we have so much going on. If you are absolutely going to go to the lake, man, more power to you. Because I will give credit where credit is due. Keystone Heights does a great event for the
Absolutely.
And they've done it for Camp Landing has a great place on Kingsley Lake. They do a great job like that one. Lake Butler at Lakeside Park has a great event. And I'm not knocking them because they are really enjoyable. But some people, they want to stay close. They want to stay at home. They don't want to travel.
No.
And like you said, we got a brand new hotel. You can come for the splash, stay for the bash, and next year you can really stay for 2 or even potentially 3 days because we're going to make it bigger and better every year. We're going to do something that's just going to blow your mind. So if you are interested in volunteering, I'd love to hear from you. Here's the email
absolutely.
address. Get a hold of me. Let me know like that one. I will assign you to a team. I'll reach out to you with an application. You check out what you like. You may enjoy. Maybe you were an accountant or you worked in accounting. I need people to work at the ticket booth, to the wristbands. Maybe you're a lifeguard. I'll put you over in the water area so you can keep an eye on the little kids and help us out with that one. Maybe you just enjoy working with children. Great. I need adults to keep an eye on the mermaid. We are bringing in a live mermaid in a big tank that'll do a photo op. One of the special hero type people, little mermaid things. I got to have people that I can trust in and around this area, again, to maximize the safety for maximizing the entertainment. So if you want to help, I would love to have you. And we're going to have volunteer meetings. We're going to do a little training. I'll bring a little pizza. We'll do stuff like that one. But we're going to get an opportunity for everyone to get together and really embrace what I think is an all-American celebration of just neighbors being neighbors. Leave your politics at the gate. Leave your concerns at the gate. let us take care of you so that you can enjoy being yourself with your family and your friends in an environment that just celebrates everything.
What's
all your
Melissa's
stuff.
son's name? Again?
Dakota Marston.
Dakota Marston.
Dakota Marston.
All right, now.
My logistics guy.
Yes. Hey,
Tim.
he's got the most important job out there.
Yes,
Him
he
and
is.
Roger Cruz are actually going to be working together.
Yeah, they are.
And they got the most important job out there, and we need several of these guys. I assure you, I cannot do my job. He cannot do his job. Judith can't do her job. His mother, Melissa, can't do her job without the guys that take the time and put their efforts together out there in that hot sun, keeping that place clean.
That's right.
Wow.
That is the number one thing that this man said. Number one is keeping that place clean. Dakota Marston, Roger Cruz, we could use several, if some of the football players, man, we would love to have those guys on the number one team in this event here is those cleanup guys,
Yeah,
Mike.
absolutely.
I'm telling you.
I mean, and it's not a glorious job, and I get that. Okay, we got to make sure that there's toilet paper in the restaurant.
Absolutely.
We got to make sure that the trash gets moved to the dumpsters. But here's the thing about it: this is the sort of thing that people will have a good time if the environment is inviting. People will not have a good time if they're looking at trash on the ground or they're doing this sort of thing. I mean, and I'm not ashamed to say it, buddy. I'm gonna be walking around picking up trash myself.
Yeah, of course. We're going to keep that.
We'll all
Yes.
do that. But here's the thing about it: if you have a value for taking care of your community, like I do, and like some of us do, then we could use.
We could use
you.
it.
You want to volunteer for an hour and then spend the rest of the time having fun? Come on.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
love
to
it.
have you do that. Someone that comes up and says, "Hey, listen, I don't mind if you need me to go do this, that, and the other." Great. Here's your credentials. Here's your lanyard.
Lanyard.
Hook you up like that one. There's your golf cart. Bye-bye. We'll see you in
We'll
an
see you in
hour.
an hour.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We have a plan in place to do all this, and we have assignments for everybody. So this is a great opportunity. Again, and this sounds almost cliche, and I don't mean for it to be like that one, but as silly as it sounds, if you really want to show your love for your community, help us keep it clean.
Clean. Exactly.
If you want to show your love for your community, help keep an eye on these kids that are having fun.
Yeah.
If you want to show your love for your community, then turn out and watch the veterans on stage during our military recognition. Support the JROTC as they present the colors.
Yes.
Watch the Sons of the American Revolution as they march in a parade in full 18th century costumes. If you enjoy take a moment to appreciate the military flyover, because it's those soldiers from that time period that
Yep.
died on this day 79 years ago that are bringing us the ability and the freedom to celebrate the way we can right now.
Yeah, Joey Fennell said, Michael, not nowhere where I'm at, and I know he's in South Carolina now. He used to be in Nashville. Okay. Renee says, not in Pascagoula. 3 festivals at Beach Park a couple of times a year, but nothing as big as this sounds. Yeah. With the exception of, we've heard of this, Cruising the Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big event down there. Yes, it is. Yeah, and it's free.
We'll let them keep that title for a little longer. I'm working on it.
Yeah, So, but yeah, no, absolutely, you're not going to find that. So, we want to wrap up the show here real quick, Mike. We are at 8:26 local time. Just want to thank you for coming on. We're going to keep pushing this for the rest of the month. So this next Tuesday, we're going to do it. Next Tuesday, and maybe like that Friday night if we can, if you're not too busy or whatever, or Saturday. Hey, let's see if we can pump out a show. Keep reminding people. And again, yes, we're pushing it because we want everybody to come have fun.
Yeah.
Hey, look, $3 to $5. Yes, it sounds great, but hey, by the time everything is done and said and done, Mike, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we're going to keep pushing this. Michael will be on next week with us. We'll have another great show. I do want for the 8 people that are on, Mike, have you seen what we've been doing here lately? Too bad you guys can't be cloned. We need more of this across America, bringing this nation together. Joey Fennell.
I appreciate that. But
Appreciate that, brother.
You don't need more than one of me.
You don't need more than one of me either. Oh, my goodness. You ain't kidding, man. Hey, can you imagine 2 of us being cloned somewhere else?
My wife,
All right.
my wife can't stand one of me certain times. I don't
Yeah,
think
my
two of
wife
us would
can't
like
either.
that.
My wife's already told me about my
I-
tail on saying, we're all good, man.
Listen,
We're just having fun.
I love me some Lisa Eater. So
Yeah, I do too, and I haven't seen her in a while, so maybe I
She's
can get a
doing
chance.
great.
Is she doing good?
She's doing good.
Her health's good. And
oh
everything's
yeah,
good.
yeah, she's doing great.
How about Mama? How about
so,
Mama?
Well, since you asked,
How about Mama?
Took Mama to the cardiologist today.
Okay.
Got her a good little checkup like that. She's
Yep.
Got an eye appointment there. She's very concerned. She wants to make sure everything's good because she's finished up her flying lessons.
Oh my goodness.
And
She's getting those pilot
and
lessons.
she's going to because we couldn't pull it off last year because of her health, but she is insisting that this year for her birthday, November 9th, off we go. We're going skydiving. So yeah, she wants to skydive, and I'm taking her.
And let me tell you something about this lady. Now I know Michael really loved his dad, and that's we'll talk about that at some point. But his mom is still alive.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 92, Mike, or 93?
Oh, she's 93, so we're going to be skydiving on her 94th birthday.
94th birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, 94.
Yep.
Let me repeat that number, 94. And this lady's as strong as an ox.
Oh, yeah, she's
She outdoes this guy sometimes. Hey, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. And that's what she does. And she's going to skydive at age 94. Mike, I hope you've got video of coming of all
so
this.
the cool part is
We're going to post show it.
So the cool part about this is that my son David, who's awesome in his own right, has made over 60 jumps. So I suspect he's going to go because he's going to put the GoPro camera on his helmet. He's just going to go first and just watch, and then she's going to do the tandem, and I'm probably going to do it.
You'll go after her.
I either do tandem or solo because I've done it before. But either way, we're going to get video of my mom.
I'll stay on the ground.
I'm going to stay on the ground too and watch this. I'm going to stay on the ground too.
Listen, anybody can skydive once. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to do it a second time, okay, you got to make sure you're prepared. But other than that, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So.
All right, let's see what is said here. Joey started laughing. Byron Bagwell said lots of laughs. Renee Shaw says cruising goes on in several cities coastwide over a 7-day span.
Yeah.
Free for onlookers, but the cruisers pay fees for entry and judging, etc.
Yes.
I believe there was some 8,500 cars registered, maybe more last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that. And down the road, I foresee us doing something big. I would like to see us do like a night parade before the fireworks, or I don't know. We'll come up with something. I want something that people would just look at and go, "Man, I had a great time in the stars," or whatever. That's just my desire. So.
D.A. Dennis Cruz, you know what we're fixing to do, don't you? He called his card. So Byron said, leave the clothing alone. They broke the boat with all of us. Yeah, they did.
There.
Joey Fennell said, will do. He says, I'm calling a 7 of hearts before you even do it. All right. Whoever's left, all you 9, or 8 now, I guess. Whoever's left on, I need to know that you're on. And I've got the cards here, and David's going to write it down. Michael's going to witness it as I turn it over. This is your card for a $10 gift certificate to the Downtown Grill. I've got Wade Smith that I owe a $10 card to that I need to give to Mitchell Gunner. Okay. And then, do you know Jeff Goins? You do. You've heard of Jeff.
Yeah, I know.
It's Erica Stallnacker is his daughter. You know Erica?
No,
So I got to give this card to Erica. Okay. So I've got them both written out. Flying a perfectly good plane, yes, but jumping out of one, no. Renee Stegall-Shaw is calling her shot. She's saying the ace of spades. All right, where we go? Who's going to be first? Renee, this is your card. Ooh, it was almost close to D.A. Dennis's. 8 of hearts. You got to tell me it's an 8 of hearts. All right, this is yours, Renee. Sorry. All right, Shirley, I see you're on. Let me cut them again. Shirley's card is... Oh, not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Jack of hearts. You got to tell it back to me. Jack of hearts for Shirley. All right, D.A. Dennis, are you on? D.A. Dennis Cruz, you're calling your card a 7 of hearts? Pretty close.
That was close.
8 of diamonds.
Yep.
8 of diamonds for you. Right now, the Jack is the high card.
Okay.
Who else is on with us? Joey Fennell, are you on? Oh, Byron's on. Byron wants to play. Okay, Byron. Here, since you said I screwed people over last week, let me see what I can give you. D.A. Dennis's card. D.A. Dennis's card. A 7 of hearts. That's you, Byron.
Missed it by
One. Yeah. All right. Who do we got, Dave, so far? I've got 4 cards out here.
Renee, Shirley, D.A., and Byron.
All right.
So Shirley's got Jack.
Joey is asking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Joey's asking. Okay. Joey Fennell, here we go. I'll get you first. Joey Fennell, your card is... Man, all these 7s and 8s, man. We could make a full house here. 7 of diamonds for you. Right now, Shirley Bagwell is up. All right. Who else is up? Who'd you say is up, David? You got over there?
Joey was the last
Okay,
one.
Joey was the last one. Who else is on? I need to know if you're on so you can play. Dwight, are you still on? You're not dealing in our card games anymore. Yeah, I hear you. D.A. Dennis Cruz. Yeah, sorry, buddy. You just missed it by 1.
Yep.
Anybody? Yeah, Kenneth Crawford. Here he is. Kenneth Crawford, your card is. You even want me to tell it to you? I didn't say. Did I say deuces were wild? No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
2 of diamonds. Sorry there, Kenneth Crawford. Let me shuffle these up a little bit more. Man, a lot of low cards coming out here
I
right
got
now.
a sneaking suspicion that if I did it, it would probably be a stick song.
yeah.
Queen of Spades.
Yeah. All right, who else is on? Kenneth Crawford, lots of laugh. Who else is on now? Let me know that you're on. Right now, Shirley Bagwell has won herself a $10 gift certificate to the Downtown Grill. Who else is on? Dwight, are you still on? I don't know if Dwight's on. You think he left?
He left. I think he did.
Let me go back and see.
Yeah, he left.
He left. Okay. Lorenzo, are you still on, brother? My boss over at New Millennium. Are you on, Lorenzo? You got to be on to win, though. Anybody else on? That was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing 2. Well, actually 3. Randy Brooks. Here we go. Randy Brooks. Me, he said. Me. Man, do we got a full house or what, right? We got a full house. 7 of clubs, Randy started. We got 3 7s and 2 8s. That's definitely a full house.
Yeah,
it's past his bedtime, he said. D.A. Dennis Cruz said it's past his bedtime. Oh, who else is on? Who else? Jackson, are you on? Roy Jackson. Anthony Black, are you on?
Probably all right.
Olivia Hill, are you on? I'm calling out people. I guess the Jack is going to be.
We're catching up late in the show for this.
Oh, are we? Yeah, I mean, we are. But we wanted to get that. Yeah, but we still had 8 participants. Anybody else?
I want to pull a card.
You want to pull a card?
Okay, just spread them out. Let me.
All right, you want to pull a card. All right, here we go.
All right, just out of curiosity.
Just
this
out of
doesn't
cu-
count.
Just out of
Okay.
curiosity.
I don't get a chance to win anything.
All right, let's see what you pull. Yeah, he said, nah, forget it. All right, is that it? That's all I have?
Can I pull one?
Yeah, you can. Oh, wait a minute. Jack of clubs. D.A. Dennis Cruz, you had like a 7 or 8 or something. Get out of here with that. All right, Dave. Dave's going to pull a card.
If he pulls the Queen of Spades, I'll be upset.
All right. Oh, the 4 of clubs. Nobody's pulling anything out.
gonna say.
All right, is anybody else left out there? Well, Shirley, I guess. I'll tell you what. Who had the deuce of diamonds, Dave?
Was it Roy?
Kenneth?
Kenneth, are you still on? Kenneth Crawford, are you still on? Let me know. Just give me a thumbs up. Are you still on? I did this last week. I'm going to give you one more shot, but you got to tell me that you're on.
See, I figured I haven't watched this, but I figured you would do high and low.
Well, I thought about it. If I can get more viewers, absolutely I will.
Yeah.
And we're starting to increase in viewers, by the way. I was hoping he would pull that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you on, Kenneth Crawford? You got to let me know. Going once? Going twice? Not sold. All right. Michael pulled the 3.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to put it, and I'm going to let him pull it. I think this deck has no cards above a jack rigged. Well, yeah, that may be true. All right, who had the 4 of clubs, David? Who had the 4 of clubs?
Me.
Yeah, Dave pulled the
Okay, you pulled the 4 of clubs.
Yeah.
Well, then after that, then I've got ties everywhere, and I'm not. Let's see.
Byron.
With the way he deals, he needs to do the low cards. Shut up, Byron. All right, I love you, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess Shirley Bagwell's the winner.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Shirley's the winner.
Shirley's the winner.
She's the
Shirley,
hot
I'll bring it to you. She's got the jack. All right. Again, 8:37 local time. Thank you for coming on. I know we took a lot of time about Splash Bash. Amen, Joey, to you too, brother. It was fun. Yes, it was. But we want to get this event out. One, it's not because we're involved in it or whatever. I seen what happened last year. We seen what happened last year. We was not expecting anything like that last year, and it 4 times itself, in one day. So this guy started getting his wheels turning, he liked to do the event. That's why he's the event coordinator. He gets everything ready and finalized and everything for your guys' enjoyment. He's seen things. His wheels started turning. We can do this. We can do that. And then, again, like I said, it wasn't that, if we had a lot more sponsors to this deal, hey, I would have said let's make it a free event.
And that's what I was saying. I mean,
yeah, it wasn't him. He was outvoted.
I wanted to say free if it was out of my own pocket, and everybody was like, no. You can't afford to do this. I mean, because
this is 2 times. This will be 2 times, and this time it's bigger, Mike. You can't do that.
The security team alone is $4,000. So
exactly.
I'm having to, we're trying.
We're working on that.
We're trying to work it out like that. But if we could get it to where it was free, then that would make me even happier. But the fact is that as he pointed out in our staff meetings, where can you go for $3 per person to have this kind of entertainment, and it's only going to get bigger, and I'm excited about it, and so I look forward to it. And again, I invite you to share this. Share the information. Follow us on. If you're not already following, go to Stark Splash Bash on Facebook. Like the page, share the page, follow us, and let us keep you informed so that you can then see what all we have planned. We're going to make more announcements. We're 28, 29 days out. We got a lot of stuff coming. It's going to be an absolute, dare I say it, a real bash. A bash.
Bash. There you go. Again, right now there is no softball game that has been tabled. Maybe hopefully next year we can do this for the next event. Right now there's not an actual cornhole tournament, but there will be cornhole available.
Yes.
So you can go out there and play. And then, of course, everything now, because Michael said it, and the event was supposed to start at 9 o'clock. Right. Now that softball game's not going, it gives us a couple hours here to get to
sleep in.
Sleep in. We're good. We got you covered.
Just make sure that you get out in time. The parade lineup, again, starts in Washington Street, so you can line up along 301. We're shutting down 301, downtown Stark. You can line up on 301, you can line up on Call Street, or you can line up on Orange Street. If you prefer Orange Street, it's not a bad idea because it's a little bit more shaded. We're trying to start it earlier in the day so that it's not quite so hot. Right. And that gives you an opportunity to really enjoy the whole area there. Again, watch for updates on our parking and our shuttle service. Watch for updates on a lot of the logistical concerns as to what you can bring, what you cannot bring.
Yes.
We want to make sure that we don't want you to show up there lugging a bunch of stuff in and they get turned away at the gate. So if you have questions, ask them. If there's something we can do for you, let us know. We will do what we can to make sure that you have a great event. And trust me when I say that we're looking at contingencies. We saw what happened last week in Lake Butler.
Yep.
We have already identified. We already feel comfortable that our plan and our law enforcement presence will help with that. But we're going to take extra steps to assure that the safety of everyone is paramount, because our safety is, or I should say, your safety is our concern, and your entertainment is our priority.
That's exactly right. Again, thank you for joining the show. I see a few more people came on. Mainly was talking about Stark Splash Bash, but I want to leave you with one thing. Our Republican candidates are out there. There's a lot of them. I meant to write them all down. And I want to talk about this next week, Mike, when Byron is here and we do Splash Bash again. But, hey, as you're looking around, and these guys are in Iowa right now, the main caucus in the United States, usually when you win that and win that state, usually determines how the presidency is going to go 9 times out of 10 that I've seen it might. So make sure that you know who you're voting for. Make sure you know who you want to vote for. Make sure you know that you are listening to all these candidates. There's a stack of them that are pretty good. And you hear what's going on with Trump and DeSantis. So, been some words back and forth. So I hope that this don't berate the whole thing. But just make sure that you're listening to what each and every one of these guys are saying and vote for the candidate that you think is right. And we'll be talking about this more as the months come about. On behalf of the missing Byron Bagwell, he had to work tonight, and I guess he was on his phone there on the way home. The missing Austin Stevens, but he will have to show up on YouTube tomorrow before 7. Our director-producer tonight, Mr. Dave Holland. And our director, that's normally here, but he's, like I said, taking a hiatus to put one of the biggest events around, Star Splash Bash. Glad to have Mike back in the house. It was good. I'm sure it felt like old times, didn't it, bud?
I'm not going to lie, it was good to be back in the saddle again.
Yeah, so we'll wind up talking after this event is done. You heard him say he's going to have to start this earlier than what he normally does. I mean, this is going to have to start pre-planning August and for next year.
Correct.
It's a year-round job, and especially if you're on phone calls, emails, answering people, telling them what's going on, bringing up a plan. First, got to create the plan. That we may, again, I said maybe at another venue. So we don't know yet.
We'll see how big it is. I mean,
Yeah.
if one of the best bits of good news that we could get is, hey, we've outgrown where we are, and we got to look at something bigger. Better. So, one way or the other, we're going to make sure that we bring you something that you can truly enjoy.
That's exactly right. All right, God bless you guys. On behalf, like I said, of Michael Heater, Dave Holland, the missing Byron Bagwell, the missing Austin Stevens, Mitchell Gunner on Thursday night doing his thing on the Spots Motorsports Media. Catch Mitchell at 7 o'clock as he hosts another great show. I think he's got a co-host that he's trying to get into play. I'm not sure his guest's going to be, but follow him on the Spot Motorsports Media page with Mitchell Gunner. Good night. God bless you guys. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next Tuesday night right here, talking more Splash Bash and much more. God bless you.